questions.
Tom, obviously a gutsy win. What was most impressive to you tonight?
You know, I thought the way we started the game was much better. I thought our rebounding effort was better. Yeah, it was hard-fought game and timely plays down the stretch. I thought Cat was huge for us. Jalen, big. OG was terrific, start to finish. Mikal. Mitch had a big presence in the game as well.
You guys played fast to start this one, and Cat got a lot of threes in trailing. Is that kind of what you want to see from this group, the flow of how everything went? It kind of came natural, nothing was forced?
We thought the first game we played, faster, and it was good for us. And really that's the way we like to play. Then we got bogged down in game two. And each game is different, so you have to, understand what goes into it, learn from each one, and then get ready for the next one. So, there's obviously a lot of things that we have to do better and correct for Sunday's game.
Tom, just the way you guys played in the hostile territory with the crowd and everything that they were going, just do you learn something new about your team when back against the wall coming into a place like this and playing the way they did?
Yeah, it's playoff basketball. We have guys that have been in a lot of big games. We've been a good road team all year, so I think we understand what goes into winning. And then, we had disappointment from the loss in game two. So I thought the readiness to play was very good.
Jalen got a lot of hate out there from the crowd. How do you think he handled that, and how do you think he handled the game?
He did.
You didn't hear that? It's pretty loud.
Well, to Jalen, those are cheers.
Okay.
He lives for that stuff.
Tom, can you talk about the force that Cat played with? I mean, he was under some nonstop scrutiny after a difficult game or whatever in game.
I'd say welcome to New York, but I think he has a really good understanding of New York, being from here. So basically, he's unfazed. He's been around. He's got a lot of confidence, and he bounced back great. And so he can score a lot of different ways, and I thought he used his versatility to his strength, and he moved extremely well without the ball.
Tom, still with Cat, we talked about scoring in multiple different ways. What did you see from him, the difference of going up against a smaller defender like Tobias versus it seems like he saw more Jalen Duren tonight, one-on-one in the perimeter, that difference in the going against a big versus going against a small?
Yeah, and he's seen that all year, so usually he's going to get a mix of guys. He's going to get different looks, and I think he's comfortable playing inside and outside. And so a smaller guy goes on him, he goes into the post. A bigger guy goes on, he can take him away from the basket. You can catch and shoot with him. You can play pick and roll with him. There's a lot of different things that you could do with him, and then just recognize that, and then play off each other. When the second defender comes, right, don't fight the double team. Just trust the pass, and we got an advantage on the backside. I thought guys made a lot of good plays for each other, whether it was getting the ball up the floor quick, getting into the paint, spraying it out, making the extra pass, and that gave everyone good rhythm.
Tom, when you look at the defense against Cade team-wide, what did you see that worked?
Yeah, he's a great player, puts a lot of pressure on you. And, you have to have, the thing I like about both OG and Mikal is they stick with it. And you have to have a determination. Sometimes you could defend him perfectly and he can make, and I think the team has to be in tune with what you're trying to do as well. But you also, you have to be aware of his ability to pass, and then you got to cover the three-point line. So Hardaway got loose on us, and obviously we got to do a better job with that.
Tom, two quick ones. First was, did you get an explanation for that last play at the free throw line where buzzer goes off and they somehow get a side out even though they don't have any timeouts? No? Okay, cool. No explanation.
They said, no, they did say that's that's what's in the rules, and it doesn't seem right to me. And it's unfortunate. That should never happen, ever, in a playoff game. Never happen.
Yeah. And second, it seemed like they went on run after run after run trying to take the lead down the stretch, and you guys just fought them off. Just can you talk about the resilience your team showed tonight?
Yeah, just got to have a lot of toughness. I thought guys made timely shots. I thought Cat made big shots for us. Jalen made huge shots for us. Mikhail, we had a lot of guys, and we had a lot of hustle plays. You know, I thought OG and Josh were all over the place. And sometimes, yeah, it's a possession game really in the playoffs, and you don't know which possession is going to be the difference. So that's why you fight to win every possession. Every possession matters.
Tom, there was a stretch there right in front of you. There was a stretch there, especially in the end of the second quarter or so, where OG defensively off the ball just seemed like he was getting into every passing lane, every dribble lane. When he's kind of in that mode, how does it affect how your other four guys are able to do
Well, he's really disruptive in that the thing that really triggers a lot of that stuff is the ball pressure. So I thought Mitch gave us great ball pressure, and then and OG reads plays extremely well. He has great anticipation, and he can invite passes and then get to them. And I think when you get those turnovers, particularly those live ball turnovers, that gets you easy offense, you know, and you need those easy baskets. You know, we scored 118, so it's a big number, and you know that's when we're at our best.
Tom, was there anything you saw early in the game, or maybe even before the game, from Cat that gave you an idea that he was in for the kind of game he was in for?
Oh, well, the one thing about Cat is he doesn't lack confidence. He's a very, very confident guy. So, you know, yeah, I felt that, you know, the type of game we had was a low-scoring game. He was loaded up on, but that's not going to take away to his approach in the next game. You know, the next game he has to believe. He came out with the mindset of attacking right from the start, and I think that was important for him and us. But he's been through a lot of these things before. You know, I think for particularly big guys, when they're loading up and putting 2 and 3 guys on you, you know, you got to score different ways. You got to really score off your movement and your activity, and I thought he did that.
Tom, at the I think right in front of you, Tom. I think 5 technicals, a flagrant. Just early on, it seemed like a lot of chippiness. How do you think your guys handled that, respond to it?
Yeah, playoff basketball, you know, and you know that's part of it. You know, play with emotion, but controlled emotion.